Hi, it's Caleb.
And I'm Tori.
And welcome to our podcast, Uncork and Listen.
The plan for this podcast is to enjoy a glass or a few glasses of wine and just talk about anything and everything. Caleb and I are cousins, and we both enjoy drinking and trying different types of wine and shooting the breeze. So we decided to bring it into podcast form. So thank you for joining.
Yeah, and today we are uncorking a nice vintage cardboard box. I will say we've had this wine before. It's really good. It's actually a Boda Box brand. It's their dry rosé.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's have a sip.
There we go. Yes.
It's really good.
It is good. And for
It's
a box wine, I
Yeah.
really feel like it was
Yeah, honestly,
it's
like
surprisingly good.
Yeah, like for a box wine.
Uh-huh.
I mean, me personally, I'm not like the snobbiest of wine people, but I
Right.
can't personally tell a difference.
Uh-huh.
It's probably the nicest box wine out there.
For sure. I really do agree on that.
It's very like crisp, and it's like it is a dry wine, but
Right.
it's still kind of sweet at the same time.
Yeah.
But obviously not like too sweet.
It's not too sweet, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of random, but I kind of wanted to bring up Roaches for a minute because
he wants to bring up Roaches.
I do because
We're
let me tell
going
this
there.
story. We're taking it there. I actually I was actually with my dad the other day, and I came across this roach. It was quite large, honestly.
No. Wait, in winter?
Yes, in winter.
Keep in mind, this is winter in Virginia, okay?
Right. It is winter in Virginia.
Winter, and you're telling me you saw a big roach? Was it like a warmer day, or was it actually cold?
It was a warmer day, but here's the thing. This roach was dead.
Oh, okay. It was dead.
Yeah, this roach was dead. But I'm telling you, this roach, I don't even know how many inches that is, but it was literally,
dude,
not even.
Like, is that 5?
No.
5 inches?
I would
4
say,
inches?
I'm going to say probably 3.5
Oh,
inches.
3.5. Sorry, I'm being a little dramatic, but that looked big to me.
But yeah, it was nasty. And I know you and your roaches.
Yeah, I cannot, honestly, out of all the creepy crawlies in the world, I have to say roaches are probably
by far
the number, my worst fear.
Listen, those things fly.
And they don't even hurt you though. That's the thing. It's not like they're poisonous.
They just eat rotting stuff.
They are just the creepiest things to me. And I just cannot even kill them because I can't handle the whole process. So and we have an old house that is not sealed up very well. It's a process of trying to get it sealed up,
Right.
But it's an old 1942 built house, and we live in a humid, North Carolina.
And can we talk about the fact that North Carolina roaches? There's something
they're bad. There's
something
bad.
about,
and they're creepy, and they move so fast,
and they jump.
Yes, and they'll fly. I'm telling you,
they fly.
that's why I'm afraid of them, because they're unpredictable. It's at least some insects, what direction they could be going in, but it's roaches can climb up a wall and then just all of a sudden jump and fly in any direction that they want. So it's
But let me tell you this story. So I was trying to gear into this. So basically, I recently learned from my father. So Mima, right? She, as we know,
our grandmother.
Our grandmother, yes, Mima. We call her Mima. Our grandmother, she wasn't really living. Her family was struggling financially.
Yeah.
She lived in poverty, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was living in Florida with her family, and my father informed me that she would
I can't imagine in Florida, though.
Hold
We're
on.
talking about the swamps.
The panhandle, baby.
I'm afraid to hear what you're about to say.
So she said, she informed Dad, she told my dad that she would wake up in the morning and her cuticles on her nails and toes would not be there anymore because she would wake up and cockroaches.
You're lying to me. You're lying.
I am not. you right now. She literally she said that cockroaches would eat her dead skin, like the cuticles.
I did not need to hear about that. Because we got cockroaches up in my house.
But listen, if it was gonna happen, it would have happened already.
So?
You know what I'm saying?
That's not comforting.
No, it was gonna happen already. You would have already figured it out. I'm telling you.
Like, you think I would know if that's something?
Yes, of course. Are you kidding me? Because Dad said, this is how me and Mom described it. She said that she would wake up and her cuticles, like that skin area between the skin and the nail, like at that end, she said that it would be like a raw. Like, it would be raw.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
So she told your dad this?
She told my father this. And I just learned it the other day.
They must have some, like, demon cockroaches down there. Like, and I thought ours were bad.
Well, I think there's something really about North Carolina cockroaches. They're always, like, massive. Yes.
Yeah, you always mention that, like, when you're at our house. And you don't even live that far from us.
Right. No. But what shocked me about the cockroach story, like, the size of the one that I saw the other day, I have never seen one that... I don't think I've really ever seen one that big before.
Here.
Excuse me. Yeah, here. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Wow.
I'm sure I said that, like, the size of that cockroach.
Oh yeah, man. We get some big ones, and I'm just not okay with it. Like, and I mean, we order like pest control treatments and stuff, which definitely helps. But like, for our house and like where we live, you have to stay on top of it. Like, I'm telling you, like, strictly, like, every 3 months, or else. And it was even like, we've gotten a lot of it like under control in some ways, like since moving in there and fixing the place up and but like when we first moved in, it was terrible.
Yeah. And just to let everybody know, Tori and Kyle, her husband, moved into this house. How long? When was this?
It's been over a year.
Okay.
It's coming up on 2 years actually, kind of, because we moved in May of 2023. Is that right?
So then it's not been a year yet.
No.
So 2022?
So maybe, it was maybe 2022.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It's a cute little home.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know what year it was built?
Yeah, like around 1942.
Okay.
Maybe 45, but I think 40.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 45.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's a cute little home.
Yeah, you can tell someone built a lot of the stuff in there like by hand, like custom.
Oh,
because,
right. Yeah.
Like, you just don't see stuff looking quite like that.
Yeah, no. But I will say, like, even though, like, I mean, the pest control situation seems to be pretty good. I mean, there has been the occasional
I have to say,
bug.
it's winter time now, so you're not really going to see
But, like, during the summertime, there was the occasional cockroach or something. But I feel like that's pretty typical.
I mean, it's normal for North Carolina, but I have to say...
feel like if it's an old house...
I've grown up, my whole life in North Carolina, and the house that I grew up in, honestly, I don't know if my parents just did a good job at tending to things or what, but like I don't remember ever really seeing a cockroach come inside the house.
Right.
So even though we definitely have them here, like it's kind of more humid and all that, some houses, like, you just don't always experience it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it was...
But it's because it's an old house. So, there's cracks and random holes and just... Yeah. It's just easier for them to get in. I feel like,
honestly, if you live in an older home, I feel like it's a very typical thing. Like, bugs are going to come in.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have issues like that, like with the weather and... Yeah, so, I mean, it's just... I feel like it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. For old houses, for sure.
Oh, yeah. But, let's see. I mean... Is there any other bugs that like really, really bother you? Or is it just really just cockroaches? Because let's be real, cockroaches are just nasty.
I cannot believe we're just talking about bugs right now.
Right.
Like, hey guys, welcome to our show where we're gonna now talk about bugs.
We're out of nowhere just gonna talk about cockroaches,
But I mean, it's it's a topic that I'm kind of passionate about in a weird way because I cannot stand this stuff. Like literally,
oh my gosh.
because I cannot kill a cockroach because I can't stand the experience of killing one.
There's like the crunch.
I will trap. Yes, I was trying to not say that, so thank you.
I just said it for you, so it's fine.
But I will trap those things in like jars, in bowls. Like I can trap them, but I don't want to kill them. So I'll trap them and then I'll be like, hey Kyle,
can you take care of this please?
Come downstairs. Or I mean, sometimes I don't even do that because they will literally crawl up the wall. So like literally I will be, and Kyle, my husband, he, his evening routine a lot of times is playing a video game upstairs on his computer.
Uh-huh.
And so I'll be downstairs, I'll see one on the wall, and I'll like call up to him, Kyle, there's a cockroach down here, come quick, because those things move fast.
They do.
You gotta act fast.
And if you lose them,
it's like
they're gone forever.
Seriously, for real.
Yes.
And then I can't keep my eye off like the wall because it's like they could come out anywhere, so I've got to just watch this. But anyway, so I'll call up, to my husband, Kyle, there's a cockroach down here. Come kill it quick. And it's funny because we have a dog, like a small lab mix.
Yeah, he's a rescue
dog. Yeah, rescue dog. Yeah. His name is Moses.
Sweet little boy.
And he, he's very observant to things. He has some fear issues. So like if a car pulls up in the driveway or someone arrives, he'll start barking, to tell us like, somebody's here, somebody's here. Well, he has gotten into the habit that anytime that I am like shouting or making a loud noise, for some reason, it alerts him and he automatically thinks that there's like an intruder or something, or there's an animal outside to kill.
Yeah,
like
there's a whole cockroach in the living room.
Something is happening, right? So like,
it's a big deal.
Literally any time now that I like, excuse you, that I call up the stairs to Kyle and raise my voice, the dude comes out barking and losing his mind. And it's like, it's fine. There's nothing going on. We just have a cockroach situation.
Cockroach situation. But let me tell you this. When a cockroach, I'm telling you, if you lose contact, like eye contact with a cockroach.
Oh, dude. It's the same with spiders.
Same with spiders.
It's the same with spiders. And like, it kind of brings me back, I guess, to like what your original question was about like bugs and stuff. But like, honestly, to me, a bug is a bug, and most of them don't bother me that much because they're like slow or they're predictable. They can easily be killed, gotten rid of, like whatever. So honestly, most bugs don't bother me that much. It's definitely just like cockroaches and honestly sometimes spiders. Depending on the spider, I'm not really a spider person.
I'm not. I mean, like, I can work with a spider, but I mean, because I know they're everywhere.
And they're at least, well, it depends on what spider it is and like how big it is, but they don't typically move like that fast, so it's like kind of easy to handle. Whereas cockroaches they just move so fast.
And they're so disgusting. Like, oh my gosh. The things those things eat, the things those things live in. I
don't even want to know.
Nope, yep, don't even want to know.
I don't even want to know about it.
Honestly, can I just say this? For a boxed wine, this is really good.
It is really good.
Like, I feel like it's my...
Honestly, it feels like if I didn't know, like if you like blindfolded me and you didn't tell me what wine you opened, I would probably assume that it just came out of a bottle.
Right. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it doesn't taste, I guess, what you would think that you would get out of a box.
And here's the thing, and let me say this, excuse me while I get situated. The thing with boxed wine, because like I said, it's just, I feel like it's normally, when it comes to quality, when it comes to wine, boxed wine is not like a quality wine. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, that's definitely the stigma. And I mean, understandably so, because I mean, it's literally like kind of in a plastic container, and then it, you suspense it. What's the word?
Whoa, wait, what?
Dispense it?
Dispense what? Wait, hold on.
The wine, from the box. What's dispense it? You know what I'm saying?
Are you squeezing something? What are you doing?
I'm
are you doing?
I'm trying to, like, you push the little button, you dispense it from the box.
Oh, you're pushing the button to open, like, the whole thing.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Caleb.
Okay, sorry. The hand motion was throwing me off. So
I was trying to, like, hand motion.
It looked like you were squeezing something. I was like, what are we doing?
All right, whatever.
But anyway, yes, that's what you're saying.
Yes. So you just wouldn't. You would expect. Like, honestly, I have had some box wines that were not good. Not
garbage.
Good. What is that one brand? No offense, nobody sue me. But, like, it's like Fresca or like.
Oh, it's the one where it's like a picture of the wine that's like falling in and doing like.
It starts with an F, and it's kind of like a skinny long box.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know the exact brand.
I don't know,
but I know that it starts with an F.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but they are not good.
Grab.
They are so
garbage.
They are so grap. You know.
Rap, baby.
They're so grap.
They're so. Excuse me, but yeah.
Like. Because they're like, I don't know, a lot of times they're like almost too sweet. They taste kind of flat. Like, there's just not much going on there that it is just,
I feel like at that point, like, people are just buying it to get, like, hammered.
Yeah, and that's it. Just buy, like, the cheapest thing possible.
Right, if that's what you want to do, baby, then just do it, girl.
But I personally like to enjoy what I'm drinking.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
And also, can I say this too? Boxed wine, like, I know we've discussed a lot about it, but I want to say this. So, boxed wine, I don't know if it's with all brands, but with the Boda box.
Yeah.
It's 4 wine bottles worth of wine.
And, like, for the
Boda... it's, like, under $20.
Oh, yeah. For the Boda boxes are, like what, like $18.99 or something like that?
Well, if there's other...
It depends on where you buy them,
It depends on where you buy. I mean, there's places like Food Lion, Harris Teeter's, there's options. Like, you get one for that's, like, $9. You can get one that's, like, $11, $12. $20, $40. Like, there's options.
Yeah.
But honestly...
But it's under 20, I would say, most of the time.
Yeah, I would say that too. But also, for a boxed wine like a Boda box, which I personally think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
For under $20 for 4 bottles,
for 4 bottles of wine. Yeah,
girl, we're robbing them.
No, yeah,
we're pretty much robbing them.
You are getting your bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? And it's worth it because it actually tastes good.
It really does taste good.
And we've tried different Boda boxes, and all the ones that I've tried are really just good. Yeah.
But I will say, you actually got me hooked onto the Boda box.
Yeah. Did we introduce that to you?
Yeah, because I remember, like, when we were hanging out and stuff, we would always go to Harris Teeter's or Food Lion or whatever, and we would pick up a Boda box.
Yeah.
And just have some wine. I mean, it's
easy when you have, like, a group of people hanging out that want to drink a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, 4 bottles of wine worth, so there's plenty.
I mean,
it's
do you
good
understand?
For a group,
right.
And it's literally under $20. And it tastes good.
It tastes really good.
So, yeah.
It tastes really, really good.
I'm telling you.
I wanted to kind of go back to the dog situation. We talked about Moses a little bit.
Sure.
There is a new member.
Yeah.
In your family.
Yes, there is.
Do we want to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah, so we actually just got a new puppy. So we've had Moses he is a little over 2 years old now. He will be 3 this year in July.
Yeah.
And he's a really good dog.
Yeah.
He kind of came with his own challenges because he is a rescue, and he actually was rescued from a hoarder house.
Okay.
Where he was rescued from someone's backyard. I think there were like 6 dogs in the backyard.
Okay.
And they just weren't being taken care of. They were being neglected.
Yeah.
So they were taken from there, and he was a puppy. So, like, by the time we got him from the rescue, he was just like 4 months old. So we're talking when they were being rescued, he was a puppy. So the majority of his formative puppy years, it's not technically years, but you know what I'm saying, was just, he probably didn't really have that much human interaction. No, so because of that, he just wasn't socialized like you should be socializing a dog.
Because he does. I've noticed that he does have a fear with people.
Yeah.
Like, and he's never. I will say, like, he'll approach a person, but he always like keeps his distance.
Yeah, like honestly, like he's not really that. He's not aggressive.
No,
sometimes he'll bark and he'll make himself sound aggressive. Right. But at the end of the day,
it's all words.
It's all words, no action. Like he's really not. It's just out of fear. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's definitely does not like strangers, people that he's not that familiar with. But he does really well with dogs. Like he loves dogs. Because, you know, in his formative, quote, unquote, years, he was with dogs in a backyard and not really people. So it makes sense.
Understandable.
So for a while, I've really been wanting to get another dog for him.
Right.
Because he just does really well with dogs.
Yeah.
And I just want him to kind of have a companion. Which I feel like in the long run could even help him with some of his fear issues, you know, because they definitely they feed off of each other, they learn from each other. So all that to say,
all that to say, we just adopted a full-bred Jack Russell Terrier from a local breeder. We named her Lucy. Her name is Lucy. Sweetest thing.
She is so sweet, and I'm telling you,
has all the damn energy in the world. She has
all the energy you could ever imagine in such a tiny package. Because she is so little. Like, literally, she is tiny. She just turned 8 weeks.
I've met her several times.
Yeah, she just turned 8 weeks old on Monday.
Okay.
Monday was her 8-week birthday, I guess you could say. Okay. But literally, like, she, like, you can hold her in your hands, like, she is that small.
Oh.
But I mean, she, like, for her size, she is so full of energy. She is feisty. She can run so fast. She can jump already. Right. Like, she's
making attempts to jump on the sofa right now.
Oh yeah,
her size, it's quite shocking.
Honestly, I'm glad though that she cannot jump up on the couch yet.
Yeah.
Because that is like my one getaway from her right now. To be honest, like, obviously, like, I love,
of course,
like, I love her to death and everything. Yes. But it's like she is so full of energy. It's almost like I'm dealing with like a newborn / toddler. You know what I'm saying? And it's just this constant energy coming at me all the time. And it's like sometimes a person's got to get a little break, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So my one like escape is literally I can sit on the couch, pull my feet up, and she cannot get to me. But man, does she try.
Does she try?
Yes.
How long have you had her? It's not been that long.
No, we just got her. I think it's been over a week. Yeah, like I would say like a week and a half. Okay. It's very new, very new.
Yeah, it is new. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like, I don't have any kids yet, but I feel like I'm almost getting like a crash course on like newborn life.
Right.
Because you have to get up several times in the middle of the night to let her out to pee.
Yes.
Because she has such a tiny little bladder. So like, I'm kind of,
tiny little bladder.
You know, these days I've been very tired. You know, it's very tiring. It's like basically a full-time job. And right now I don't have a full-time job. So it honestly works out pretty well. Yeah. Because if I had a full-time job right now, like, I would just be so wiped. Because I'm already tired enough as it is. Just like, you know, getting up in the night, taking her out, and, you know, watching her during the day. So it's like, if I had a full-time job on top of it, like, sometimes, like, I don't know how people do it. Yeah, like, when you have two couples, like, sorry, not two couples, but a couple, two people that are working full-time and then get a puppy, like, how do they do that?
I don't know. I don't want to know. That I can't listen.
Because I'm telling you, it's literally like having a newborn baby.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Like, you have to figure out a routine, a sleep schedule.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they whine. And
honestly, I think the crate thing, because like you were talking to me earlier about how you and Kyle have developed this crate routine. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I think with this crate routine you've been telling me about,
yeah,
good.
I think so too. Because like the first couple of days, we didn't really have like a routine for her, so she was kind of like running around like most of the day.
Right.
And I think she was kind of getting overtired because she's a puppy. Puppies have to sleep because they're growing just like babies.
They're gonna run around, they're gonna act crazy, and then they're gonna crash.
Right.
That's a typical thing.
But because she has so much energy, she will not go to sleep basically unless you make her. Right. So, well, I mean, yes and no. I kind of take that back a little bit because, like, just going back to the first couple days, basically this is what would happen. I would be sitting on the floor with her. She'd be running around. Mm-hmm. And what she would acting a fool. And what she would do is when she finally got tired, she would actually climb up into my lap and sleep for a little bit, which was really cute.
It's really cute, and she finds comfort in it. She finds comfort in it, and it's nice.
Yes, but yeah, she clearly loves being with us. She does not like being apart from us, which is like sweet and all. But I literally got nothing done. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't like clean the house. I couldn't do dishes. I couldn't just do anything that I wanted.
In your lap.
Because she's in my lap.
Like almost 24/7 in your lap.
And that was like what the first few days were like. And I'm just like, okay, look, I cannot function this way. I cannot live this way. So we ended up, So we ended up coming up with a system where honestly, she's so little and young right now that she technically can crash every like hour or two.
Sure. Oh yeah.
So we figured that out, and so basically like we let her like we'll let her out and we'll do training with her, we'll engage with her, kind of have more like intentional time with her. Yeah. And then once like an hour hour and a half goes by, we'll put her in her crate and she'll sleep. And honestly, by the time she gets settled down in her crate, like she'll sleep for like I'm telling you hours sometimes she'll sleep. And it's been really great because it gives me a break and I can actually get stuff done. Yeah. So we kind of have this routine, you know, now.
And I do think it's also important that you develop that kind of a routine with her.
Yeah, because she'll learn it.
Exactly. And she's young, right? She's going to learn that real quick. She needs to get used to the crate. And honestly, having a routine, I think it's really good.
Yeah, people, kids, animals, like we are all habits of nature. Yep. No.
Habits of nature.
Creatures of habit. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's creatures of habit.
And so everyone tends to do well, you know, when they're on an actual routine because you know what to expect. It gives you a sense of security, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, anyway.
So I mean, we're gonna go on a little route here.
Yeah.
We kind of want to do like a little trivia kind of segment.
Yeah.
Where we talk about just random things and turn it into like a game, I guess.
Yeah, have little game trivia moments. Yeah.
So I'm gonna send it over to Tori. She's gonna ask me a few questions. I'm just kind of we'll just gonna roll with it. See
together.
What happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So we came up with this idea that we will kind of go through a list of like vintage games, and we'll list them out, and we will try to guess what year those toys and games were released. And we will literally do know, like we don't know the answer.
Yeah.
So we will guess.
No earthly idea.
And then we will look it up and see, you know, what the answer is.
Before we do that, actually, can you fill my glass up again?
Oh,
please?
sure, sir. Let me get you some more wine.
Thank you. Oh yeah. Oh, can y'all listen to that? Listen to that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It kind of sounds like someone's peeing, but
yeah, I'm sorry. If you could hear that, I'm literally pouring wine.
If you could hear that, I am so sorry. It truly did sound like someone was peeing. Yeah. But cheers to that.
Cheers.
So. Listen, hold. Here we go.
You want to do a whole cheers?
Absolutely. Clink. There we go. Clink. Delicious.
All right, so
here we go.
The first matter of business.
Oh God.
Is the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, the original. When do you think that came out?
I'm gonna embarrass myself with this one.
Sure.
Okay, so I feel like the Game Boy... Okay, so I was born in 1997. I am 26 years old. I know for a fact I was at least... thank you. I know for a fact I was a kid. I feel like I was a kid.
It was already out, dude. By the time...
It was already out?
It was already out because I know for a fact...
Are you me right now?
I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
so, like,
my gosh.
Because I know, like... And I don't even think the original... by the time we were around, they had, like, Game Boy Color. It was called Game Boy Color, and it was...
Okay, can you give me a little hint on the Game Boy
color? Where the original was just black and white graphics.
Oh my gosh.
But so the original Game Boy was like black and white graphics, and then I'm pretty sure the next one after that they came out with was Game Boy Color. So we're talking about the original.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Game Boy Color came out.
We're not talking about the Game Boy Color.
I know we're not, but I'm trying to like give my. I'm trying to like.
I'm totally guessing,
here.
but I'm guessing the Game Boy Color was like sometime in the 90s. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. Oh no, I'm pretty sure that's right.
90s. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say 1995
for the original Game Boy.
For the original Game Boy.
I think.
What are you
false.
feeling?
I'm thinking.
Are you thinking earlier?
I'm thinking like late 80s, to be honest.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
here, let's look it up. Let's look
heavens.
it up. We're gonna look it up real fast.
We're gonna look it up real fast.
Pull up some Google. When did the original Game Boy come out? Bam, boom.
All right, let's see what the answer is. Oh my heavens!
What is it?
So the answer. Oh my gosh! Okay, so the correct answer is April 21st of 1989.
Hey. So I was definitely on the right track there. I'm telling you.
I do not understand. Like, okay, I remember. Wait, okay, so if the original Game Boy came out in the spring of 1989, when did the color one come out?
The color, I mean, we could look it up. It's not technically on our list.
Technically, it's not. Let's just do it.
Game Boy Color, I'm going to say the 90s.
When did Game Boy?
Sometime, I don't know.
When did Game Boy Color?
Am I right?
Stop.
Whoa.
It was in the 90s too.
1998.
October 21st of 1998.
Wow.
So I would have been one and a half.
Yeah.
Dang. That is wild.
Yeah.
That is really crazy.
So anyway, yeah, let's go to the next one.
Okay, so the next one. Okay, so we put down Twister. I know Twister's been around for a hot minute.
I mean,
it is such a classic
I was playing
game.
that like 6, 7 years old for the first time.
If you were born in the 90s, Twister was like, it was the game.
I mean,
even
by the
like
time,
in the 2000s, I know like we were playing it.
That's what I was going to say, because I was born in 1994. So by the time I was playing Twister at 6 or 7 years old, we're talking the year 2000, 2001. Would have been when I was probably first playing it.
Oh,
and
God.
I'm sure it came out before then.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. I'm thinking, I mean, I could be totally off with this, but I'm thinking maybe early 90s.
Early 90s.
Does that sound right to you? Do you think it's older than that?
I feel like it could be older than that.
What do you think?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that it was the late 1970s.
Ooh, the 70s.
I'm going to say the late 1970s.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, let's Google that.
So what was your year? I'm going to say like...
I mean, I said like early 90s.
Early 90s.
Maybe,
I'm going to say late 70s.
Okay.
So let's look this up.
I could be a far cry from it. You might be right.
I don't know. Oh!
Whoa!
Are you me with this one?
Whoa!
So Twister came out... So, okay, it doesn't have a specific day.
I would not have
It
guessed.
has... But look, okay, so before we get too ahead of ourselves, this game... This board... It's not a board game.
No.
Let's just say game.
Yeah,
this game came out in 1966.
Wow.
1966. Like,
that's wild. I mean, you were definitely
I was
closer than I was.
But here's the thing. I
would not have guessed that it was...
This is why I guessed it. I'm just going to say it. When I was... Whoa, where am I going with this? Hold on. Sorry. I know for a fact that my parents grew up playing Twister.
For real? I didn't even know that.
I knew for a fact, well, I should say this. I know for a fact my dad played Twister when he was a kid, when he was like in middle school and stuff, because, I mean, he's told me. And he was born in the early 70s.
Right.
So that's why I said that, but I had no earthly idea.
See, I didn't even know that. I've never heard my dad talk about that. It came out
in the 60s.
Yeah, mid 60s.
That is crazy. Also, like, y'all can't see this, but look at the look at the original
graphics, like the board, like the cover.
Yes.
I mean, totally. Yeah, that's totally a 60s
excuse me.
art. Yeah, excuse you.
But
wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
All right.
What's the next one?
Oh my gosh. The next one is Mousetrap.
Oh man. Okay, I almost want to say as well, just based on when Twister came out, Mousetrap has been around.
Yes, you're right.
Do we want to go back even further than the 60s?
Maybe, because I do remember my dad actually telling me as well that he played Mousetrap when he was a kid.
And I did too. It is a classic,
and it has been
game so much.
And I have gone to like Target and Walmart and places like that, and I have seen
kind of like a classic,
new versions, I guess you could say, of things like Mousetrap, Twister. Honestly, I want to say, let's say like the 60s. I'm gonna go in the 60s.
I'm saying early, either like 59 or 60.
You're being like specific. I'm just kind of picking a specific like time period.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to be specific.
I'm gonna say the 60s and just leave it in there.
I'm gonna say 59 or 60, just to be generous here.
Okay.
Let's see.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah. Oh,
girl, I was right. I
mean, I was close.
You were close. You said 1959
or 60. I said
60.
I said 59 or 60.
So, listen to this, y'all. Mousetrap. English. Mousetrap came out in 1963.
1963.
It was released as a board game in 1963.
Did y'all have that game?
I actually did not. I don't think I ever played as a kid. Well, actually, I have never played Mousetrap, but as a kid, I always wanted to play it.
You never played it at our house?
Nope. I don't even know. Hold on. I don't even know how it works. I don't even know the premise or the purpose of the game.
You're kidding me.
Maybe we should do it sometime.
We should.
Yeah.
We should just get that game and play it sometime.
Okay.
But I grew up with that game, and so basically you have a board, and I'm sure it's probably changed a bit over time, considering like when it was made. But at least the one that we had like in the early 2000s. So you have the board game, and there's all these different plastic pieces that you set up. So it's a whole contraption.
Right.
That like hooks into the board, and you have. I could be wrong. I might be drawing. It's been so long since I played.
There's like a ball.
There's like a marble or something. That rolls through, kind of like a maze.
It's almost like an obstacle course.
And like you have little mice, like little pieces that like you roll the dice or whatever, and like you go around the board and stuff, and you land on different pieces, and the object obviously is to trap a mouse. There's like a little cage thing. Yeah, you're supposed to be, trapping.
The premise of the game is to trap a mouse with a marble.
And at the very end, there's like this little like cage thing that whenever the marble comes down and hits it, the cage thing kind of comes down, and if the mouse is on that,
shake like that?
Yeah, it kind of comes down because it's like it's like a little plastic piece with like ridges in it, so it kind of comes down the plastic rod piece, and then comes down and then traps the mouse. But here's the thing, it doesn't always work, and that's kind of the whole thing of the game is it doesn't always work. It depends on how the marble ball piece lands, if it actually sets off the trap.
Okay.
So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
So it's kind of a gamble.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a fun game.
No, we should play it.
We should.
Because I'm serious when I say this. I had never have played this game before, but I
did not know that.
I've been around people that literally had this game, and I literally tinkered with it, I guess you could say.
Right.
Because, like, you have to kind of, I guess, build stuff, and...
because as you go along, actually, I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
Because you don't set the whole thing up right away.
Sure.
You build it as you go along.
Right.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
See, I'm sorry if I'm incorrect. It's been so long since I've played it, but you just reminded me that you do kind of build it as you go along.
We should definitely play it sometime. I really would be down.
Yeah.
I've never played it before, and as a kid, I always wanted to play it.
Yeah.
This never happened.
Let's do it sometime. Yeah.
We should, yeah.
So what's the next one on the list?
The next one on the list is Moon Shoes.
Moon Shoes.
I'm going to go right off the bat and say this was probably like early 2000s. Do you want to do that?
I would definitely get on board with that, but honestly, I'm almost thinking like really late 90s. I'm like 1999.
Okay.
That's my guess.
So if you're going to be super specific with a year and you say 1999, I will do 2001.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like close to
I'm not sure if anybody listening, knows or remember the Moon Shoes. I never had them, but I always wanted them. But it's like these little boxes with like little spring trampoline-y things, and you like strap your feet into them, and you're supposed to be able to like, jump really high, kind of like a portable trampoline for your feet.
Right.
Personally, can I just say?
Yeah.
I don't think they probably work that well. Like just think about it for a second. I mean, I could be wrong. But it's like they're like these
we were
big,
just like,
clunky,
this is the we love this.
But I mean, think about it. It's like literally these clunky boxes that you strap to your feet. Do you really think you're going to be able to jump that high? Like, they probably weighed a pretty penny.
Probably.
Like, anyway, do you have the year?
So this is kind of crazy.
Are we wrong?
No. Well, we are wrong.
Okay. How wrong?
We're wrong. Hold on. Let me finish. So, I have 3 different answers. I feel like I should read this. Hold on. Let me get situated.
Okay.
All right, hold on. So, the first one. Okay. The original Moon Shoes that were introduced, it was in the 1950s. But hold on.
No.
Hold on. Okay, this is what it says. History. The original Moon Shoes were introduced in the 1950s and were metal in construction.
Metal? That's even heavier.
Wait a minute. Oh my heavens. Like, okay.
What?
No, hold on. So, I know I'm a little tipsy right now, but are they talking about like moon shoes as in like
Can I see?
Shoes when they were on the moon?
No. Caleb. Holy
but here's the thing. So when I typed this information down, it gave me 3 different answers. So keep the 1950s in mind.
The moon shoe toy.
It's giving. Well, actually, okay. Let's just do that. Let's do moon shoe toy.
Man, we're not talking about no moon landing. It's a toy.
But it gave me 3 different options, so I was gonna read them all. But then the first one, I was like, "This is the 1950s. Like, are we sure this is when we like landed? Because when did we land on the moon? I don't even know.
Was it 69? 59? No, 69.
You know what? Let's not even answer. We don't want to.
It's embarrassing. I don't want to. Yeah,
we don't want to look like fools.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh, okay. So this was actually one of the answers. I typed it in. I was a little more specific.
Yeah.
And what did you say? 1999.
Yeah.
I said 2001.
Correct.
Moon shoes debuted in 1992.
Oh, okay.
They were shoes for children fitted with trampoline-like springs.
That's them.
They were part of a merchandising effort by Nickelodeon.
Interesting.
Is saying like a Nickelodeon copywriting? We can look into that. It's whatever, fine.
Man.
Like we can bleep it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
But wow, interesting. Did you ever get into those moon shoes? Did you ever?
I mean, I know you said you never had them.
You said you never had them,
but I always
did you ever go to a friend's house? And
yeah, I definitely.
Did you go to a friend's house and get in those things?
Yeah.
And just like hop around?
And can I just say, they, at least from what I remember, they don't work like you think. Like I'm telling you, they're clunky, they're heavy. No.
It's not that amazing.
No, they're not. But just the advertising and stuff, like the marketing that they did for those was really good, as a lot of children things from back then. And they definitely hyped it up. Okay. But I personally don't think that is what it's all cracked up to be. But anyway.
All right. So we're going to do one more. The fifth one is a skip it.
Ooh, skip it.
What's a skip it again? I know we talked about this a while ago.
I have like a whole story about skip its.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because it was another one of those well-marketed toys.
Kind of like the moon
in like the early 2000s.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, like they were hyped up, but I actually really liked it. So for my 7th birthday, I mean, we're talking probably 2001. I really wanted one. Right. And I had this whole like slumber party, birthday party for my 7th birthday. All my friends from school came over. And so, you know, we have pizza. We have, my mom made like dirt cake, you know, dirt pudding. And
she makes some good dirt cake.
With the gummy worms.
The chocolate pudding, the Oreos, the whipped cream.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my gosh.
So that's what I had for my 7th birthday, like slumber party. So like we have all this. And then, you know, it's present time. And I'm opening my presents from my friends. And I have this like long, big present. Okay, so I'm like, ooh, this one looks cool. I'm going to open this one. So I open it up, and it is a skip it.
Woo!
Okay.
Girl, you are excited.
I was like over the moon.
Yes.
Like, I finally have a skip it. I cannot believe one of my friends gave me one of these. And basically, right?
Yes.
Like, I loved that thing. I definitely used it up. Like, I used it a lot. And it's basically like this little like round contraption attached to like a long plastic cord and like a little hoop.
Yes.
And the hoop goes around your ankle. Mm-hmm. You go up your foot. It goes around your ankle.
Yep. I have used those before. I remember those things. And you
swing it around kind of like a hula hoop, you know, but like for your feet and ankles. And on the little round contraption that rolls around the floor. It has like, it calculates how many times it like rolls around.
Yeah.
So it keeps track of how many times you skip around it. So like you swing it, and every time it comes around your foot, you jump.
Yes.
Right? So you kind of jump and skip around it.
It's kind of like a jump roping situation.
It's like a jump rope / hula hoop.
Yeah. But
like for your feet. Okay. You know, you just swing it around the ground, it rolls, you jump over it, kind of a thing. I thought it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So, all that to say, what year do we think the Skip It came out?
Oh my gosh, let me look this up. Oh wait, actually, before I look it up, obviously, what are you going to say?
Honestly, I could be wrong, but because of what it is in the
I'm going to say 1995. I'm going to say 1995, and we're going to leave it there.
I'm going to say, honestly, I feel like it was fairly new by the time I was getting it. So I'm going to say either 99 or even like 2000, to be honest.
Okay.
That's my guess. I could be wrong, but we'll see.
I'm going to say 1995, and I'm really pushing it because I truly, honestly, have no earthly idea. Listen, everyone. No. Hold on. Listen to the P. We got to listen to the P.
It ain't pee, son.
It's not pee, but it sounds like pee, okay? It sounds like you're pissing in a toilet. Okay? All right, so hold on. We're going to do this. When did the Skip It toy debut? Is that the best
debut or come out? Whatever. Release. When it was released. You got it? Are we wrong?
You're going to be so shocked.
Oh, man. Is it really old? Yes. Oh, my God.
So the answer is Skip It is a child's toy that was introduced. Ooh, English. Introduced in the 1960s. Ah! The most popular toy of the year. Hold on. Were manufactured by Tiger electronics in the... Wait, hold on.
Okay, did it say what year exactly?
It just says the 1960s.
Wow, okay.
That is insane.
I would not have guessed that. What is the history
of the Skip It Ball toys? Hold on.
Skip It Ball toys.
I guess it would be a kind of a Skip It Ball because it is kind of a ball shape. Okay, I got you. So, but isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Man. All right, so we're going to cut off there.
That's wild, though.
But I kind of want to stay on the topic of toys of this era because, quite frankly, let's just say this. Toys, like when we were kids.
Yeah.
Toys were dangerous.
Can I just say, for real, like, even, like, honestly, by the time we were kids, they were definitely starting to adjust the danger factor of toys. Like, it wasn't as dangerous by the time we were kids.
I mean, it was, but we just didn't know yet.
Yeah, but I have to say,
there was a lot of people suing.
There were things.
Court cases.
I almost want to add another thing to our list of, like, guess-its.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, on this topic, as far as, like, dangerous toys, and I personally do not think...
quote-unquote dangerous toys.
Yeah, like, I don't think this is dangerous at all, but they don't make them like this anymore because it's a quote-unquote choking hazard. And that kind of thing, honestly, it kind of pisses me off a little bit because I love these things and...
Yeah.
Like, if a kid if a kid swallows it, honestly... Listen, I don't even think it's that big of a deal because they're so tiny. Like, they're not going to be harmed. I am referring to the original Polly Pockets.
A kid is swallowing a Polly Pocket?
They're literally like a half an inch. Like, they were tiny.
The original Polly Pockets were half an inch tall?
Oh, they were tiny. Like, when I would play with Polly Pockets in, like, the 90s. I don't remember Polly Pockets early 2000s. Being that small. They were these tiny little pieces. Are you freaking tiny serious? Little houses. And they would, like, open up. And they would have, like, little spots that they would, like, kind of stick into.
Holy shit. This is, like, all new to me.
You're kidding me.
What? They were that small?
Oh, they were tiny.
Listen.
I know, the Polly Pockets you're thinking of, they eventually evolved.
They were like a good 5-6 inches tall.
Because it was a quote-unquote choking hazard. So they ended up making them really big with like kind of like rubbery clothes and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's what it ended up like into
those.
The 2000s. That's what they became. But before that, like I'm talking like the 90s, they were like these tiny little pieces. But I loved them, and I never swallowed it. And I'm telling you, I was playing I was like 4 years old, and I never did. But maybe some kids did. But even I know still, they did. Can I just say, even
if put things in their mouth, and there's no telling what that is.
But can I just say, for me personally, I don't even think it's that big of a deal, and I wish they still made them the way that they used to. Because if a kid swallowed those, there's no way it would have caused any harm because it was literally like half an inch, maybe an inch tall. Like they were tiny little pieces.
Listen, I don't know necessarily if that would be a choking hazard. I could be wrong. I'm not out here saying it's not and people are being dramatic because maybe it was a hazard issue. I don't know. But honestly, I feel like if it's that big, wouldn't it go through their digestive system and they would just poop it out?
Yes, they would.
When they just shit that out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I personally don't think it's that big of a deal because they were so small.
Right.
But that's why they ended up kind of evolving the Polly Pocket to like the bigger size dolls.
Okay.
Because it was a choking hazard.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Do you want to look it up?
That is literally very new to me.
Honestly, I'm going to say...
I am learning this for the first time about the Polly Pockets. I truly thought that they were like... Because, can I just say this right now? When we were kids, like, I literally remember coming to your house. I was probably like 10,
we always had that stuff.
11. Like, I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. And you know your boy...
Right.
Your boy was playing with those Polly Pockets with y'all.
Yeah,
y'all
my brothers played. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you had like a pool.
Oh, we had all the stuff. And
you had a house. Like you had. I remember this. I will never forget this.
Yeah.
You had these Polly Pockets with this rubber. These rubber.
Yeah,
it was rubber
like
clothes,
kind of rubbery clothes.
Rubber shoes, but they had like this quote unquote real hair. It was like probably just like plastic.
Kind of Barbie, but really small.
Yeah.
But no, look it up.
Yeah,
honestly, my guess for like the original Polly Pockets.
OG Polly Pocket.
I'm gonna say the 80s. I could be wrong.
debut. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay,
Like
let me
the
just
original?
read this. I'm just going to read this.
Okay.
You are correct with the decade.
Okay.
So it says Polly Pocket was first designed by Chris Wiggs in 1983 for his daughter Kate.
Okay. That's
Kate,
cute.
using a makeup powder compact, he fashioned a small house for this tiny doll. Bluebird Toys in Swindon, England licensed the concept, and the first Polly Pocket toys appeared in stores in 1989.
Interesting. Okay, so I was right.
The history behind a Polly Pocket?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, you can Google it and see like what the original images look like. But yeah,
Right.
they were like really small.
But yeah, I mean, going back to toys being hazards, I feel like, because I know I brought that up, but I just have to say it.
Like when
I
it comes
feel
to
like-
all like if we're talking about dangerous toys,
Right.
I feel like Polly Pocket is definitely on the lower end.
Polly Pocket is not on the pick.
Because
That
if
is
a
not
kid
even,
swallowed those, like I would not even be that concerned.
If a kid swallowed a inch or a half inch tall Polly Pocket, they're gonna that out. You know?
yeah, like it's not
that big of. At least I would think it's not that big of a
No,
deal.
it can go down. They're not gonna choke.
I'm not trying to like.
I mean, I'm not trying to
Cause-
discount because like there,
Right.
you know, maybe there's
Maybe
a kid
it
out
was a
there
choking
that
hazard
it,
for somebody.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
I
But I feel
personally
like
don't think.
if you handed me one of those Polly Pockets, it was that size. And granted, I'm not a child.
Right.
But if you handed me one of those,
I feel like it would have
and I
gone
put
down.
right. I feel like if you handed me one of those and I put it in my mouth and I swallowed, which I wouldn't do, but if I did,
Yeah,
But if I did, I think it would come out in the toilet.
I think so too.
I think it would. I
Or
don't
the
think it's that
diaper
big of a
even. I mean,
deal.
shoot.
Well, I don't wear diapers.
No, I mean I'm talking about a young. Of course you don't. I hope you
I don't wear diapers.
I'm talking about a young child.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong, and I'm
Yeah.
not trying to like discriminate anybody with that, but I feel like with a Polly Pocket that size,
It can't be that big a deal.
it can't be that big.
They
of a
got
deal.
a little bit extra.
You know
with
what?
that, but,
you know what probably happened? They probably got sued because
Yeah.
a child was
some
being,
kid, and then some freaking
kid.
Karen came up in there.
some
And
kid.
it's like,
and
my
then
kid
some kid.
swallowed this.
I want
And,
2 million.
you know, yeah.
Like, kind of thing.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, honestly.
Absolutely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, and going back to what I said, I feel like kid toys during our time, like our generation, they were pretty violent. Like, I feel like, not violent, I feel like they were low-key dangerous.
We were kind of on the edge.
Right,
of,
we
like,
were on the edge of, like,
when
okay.
there were some questionable toys, and I think
Yes.
the companies were experiencing some issues, and they're like, you know, we need to start changing stuff
We
up.
need to start changing some
But no, I mean, there are definitely some dangerous toys out there, man. Like,
Absolutely.
it kind of blows my mind sometimes, like the kind of stuff that they did create for kids, and they're like, oh yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Like freaking lawn darts. I think that's probably the most classic, like, dangerous toy.
Lawn darts?
Lawn darts. Look it
Lawn-
up right now if you want to.
Oh,
look
Lord
up a lawn
Jesus.
dart, friends.
Let me look up some lawn darts.
And we're talking probably 70s. I'm thinking 70s
What
or
are
80s.
lawn darts. Jesus. Okay.
Like big darts that you threw around.
Whoa!
Yeah.
These are like darts you would use on a billboard. Wait, a billboard? Wait, what are those things called?
Let me see what Google.
Look at these things.
Yeah, they're
Like,
big. Yeah.
These look hardcore. Like,
They're
if
like,
I threw
just
this,
imagine a
if
dart.
I threw one of these at somebody, it would pierce their skull.
Right.
Like, this looks a little scary. Lawn darts.
It's a dart, but huge.
See, this is exactly what we're
For the
talking about.
lawn.
Some toys, like, hold on, let's look at when did
Yeah,
these
look that up.
are lawn darts? The first thing that pops up is, are lawn darts illegal in the U.S.?
I mean, I don't think they make them anymore, to be honest. But
CPSC banned the sale of lawn darts in the United States in 1988.
wow, they were They were
This is what
banned.
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Wait, listen.
Some toys.
The fact they had to have been really dangerous if they were banned.
They were banned in the United States of America in 1988.
Yeah.
Guys, can we just pause for a second? I know we're gonna close up soon.
Yeah,
because we're about to run out of time.
We're reaching our time here.
We're reaching our time. But I do want to say this. I feel like these decades, like, we came to a point with specific toys where it was like, okay, this is a little too much.
Yeah.
Like, people
Kids
are getting hurt. God
hurt.
knows. And I, like, God forbid. But, like, I mean, it's too late for this now because it was 1988. But, like...
Yeah.
People were clearly being hurt by these toys. And that's why I feel like... some toys... I mean, we got to a point where, like, okay, we got to calm down with these toys because they are causing hazard. They are causing harm. We are being sued. Maybe we should pull it back a little.
Yeah, let's come up with something else, friends, you know?
Excuse me. And so now we have, like... little, like, playgrounds at schools and stuff.
I mean, now, like, toys are not dangerous at all.
They really
like,
aren't.
They
and
take
honestly,
this into
can I just
consideration.
say this? I feel like we have taken a step up. And people, like, you can, like, I don't care. But, like, I personally feel that we're doing bad with the toy stuff. Because toys back then were pretty harsh.
They were.
Pretty violent. I mean, for toys to literally be
like,
banned in the United States of America, that's pretty serious.
Can I just say, it's kind of funny, like, on this topic, and I know we're running out of time.
Right.
But I feel like the generation above us who were kids, like, during that time, and were using these kind of toys, they almost use it as some kind of, like they hold it over, like, millennials' heads, or, like, Gen X heads.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, you know... You guys don't know anything. We lived, you know, in the time, like, we were allowed to do blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yes, and there is that generation of people who are like, you don't understand what it was like.
Yeah,
we used to do monkey bars.
They try to say that they're, like, so tough.
Right.
And, like, the younger generation isn't tough. But it's like, dude, can I just say to that?
Yes. Please.
We're alive.
We are alive.
Like, we're alive, and, like, kids are not probably dying from their they're freaking toys. Like, some people back then probably did.
Be like, oh,
so
yeah,
it's like, do you really want to, like,
intense.
The people who are around to hold this over our heads are just survivors.
Right.
Can I just say, like, they they survived their toys, whereas some people honestly didn't.
And kids, well, they're now, like, grown-ass adults now, but for, like, these adults, like, you could literally call them victims of
their freaking toys.
Of their own freaking toys. Like, can we just say that for a minute? Like, just give me a break.
If any good parent does not obviously want their kid to be seriously harmed by their toys.
Like, kids have, like, literally lost fingers and in some cases, and I don't want to take it there, but, like, there's a possibility that kids have died or have been seriously injured
from
by
some
toys.
Of the crazy stuff.
Right.
So it's like, in some ways, like, sure, hold it over our heads and say, oh, we're tough. But it's like, okay, some of y'all freaking either died or were seriously injured by your toys. But now, because of that, they've taken that into consideration. And, you know, now we're just safe. And our kids are not, you know, getting seriously harmed by our toys.
Absolutely.
So, like, what parent is going to say...
What? You're going to argue with that one?
Right, exactly.
Seriously.
So please, cut me a break.
Cut me a break.
But anyway.
Absolutely.
I feel like we are kind of reaching our time.
We are reaching our time.
I'm sure we could, you know, keep talking forever. But,
we can.
We have to have a limit.
We do need to wrap it up. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate it. If anyone is interested, please check out our store on Etsy by searching Uncorked and Listen. The link with us, they'll be down below on our page. Again, thank you so much. We do hope you all will join us next time.
Yeah, this was great.
It's been really good.
Yeah. We're excited for the next one.
Yeah. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.